Students, we are going to describe about the chapter 3 human reproduction. Human reproduction. Keep in mind, before talking about the human reproduction, you have to homework the difference between reproduction in human being and flowering plants. The difference between human being, human reproduction versus the flowering plant, reproduction in flowering plant. Some important points regarding this. In flowering plants, the the gamete formation, the process of gamete formation was actually either the microsporogenesis or megasporogenesis. For the male gamete formation, microsporogenesis, and for the female gamete formation, the megasporogenesis. But in case of in case of human reproduction, the gametes formation in male is known as spermatogenesis, and for the female gamete formation known as oogenesis. That is the basic key points. The sperm in the flowering plants, gametogenesis in male, microsporogenesis, and gametogenesis in female, the megasporogenesis. In human, the gametogenesis is spermatogenesis and the female gametogenesis is the oogenesis. That is the overall phase. Now the second phase is gamete transfer. In flowering plants, you have a pre-mindset about the gamete transfer is pollination. The transfer of pollen grains, that is male gamete to the stigma of female, that's the reverse back into the male reproductive system. In the male reproductive system, the transfer of male gamete, that is sperm, to the female reproductive tract is known as sperm, it is known as insemination. That is the key points and key difference. And there is a need of puberty features in the human reproductive system, but sexual maturity in the flowering plants. That can be recognized through the flowering phenomenon in the angiosperm, but in the male and female, the reproductive features can be recognized through the different ways of, listen carefully, different ways of the male and female puberty features. It is your homework to write about the male and female puberty features and their morphological change in male and female. What are the puberty features? What are the age of puberty features? It should be your own language. It should be in your heading. The heading should be puberty features in male human and puberty features in female human. It is your homework. Find out the male puberty feature, that is the moustache, spermatogenesis and everything, and oogenesis, menstrual cycle. There is the morphological change in female. But let us talk about the age of puberty, age of male and female. In India, the male puberty age is 13 to 16 years, that is 13 to 16 years, and the female puberty age is 10 to 12 years. It should be in your mind. And that is the features is your homework. What will be the features of male reproductive system, male puberty and female puberty? It is your homework. Now next topic, now we are going to talk about the structure of male reproductive system. Male reproductive system of human being consists of a pair of testes, second one accessory gland, third one accessory duct, and fourth one external genitalia. It should be in your mind. Now back to the structure of male reproductive system and their explanation. Students, now we are going to draw the male reproductive system. This is the testis and this one is the epididymis. Later it will be described epididymis. This tube-like structure is known as vasa deferens, which later bifurcate into two different parts. One is move into the urinary bladder and other move into the different glands of the body. This one is very important gland. This one is move into the urinogenital duct, that is external part of male reproductive system known as penis. This is the seminal vesicles. This one is the very important gland known as the prostate gland and Cowper's gland. This is the skin and this one is the penis. Later it will be described. So the skin of penis known as foreskin. It will emerge with the outer body part and this form scrotum over the testis. Testis is the testis has a pouch-like structure. This one is the posterior part. This is actually the backbone, not count in the reproductive system. It is the part of skeleton system. Now this is the posterior part of testis. This is the testis. This is the epididymis. Now this one is the scrotum, pouch-like structure in which testes are held. This is the vas deferens. This one is the urinary bladder, not count in the reproductive system, but it is the part of excretory system. This one is the seminal vesicles, and very important gland. This is the duct of seminal vesicles known as ejaculatory duct. Backbone, posterior part. This is the prostate gland, very important, later it will be described. This is the bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland. It should be in your mind. Other name of bulbourethral gland is Cowper's gland. Later it will be described. Now this is the urinogenital duct. Duct means the pipe-like structure. Why urinogenital? Because it carry urine and sperm both. Later it would be described. This is the urethral meatus, the opening of penis. This is the swollen part of penis known as glans penis. This is the skin of penis known as foreskin. So this is the overall structure of male reproductive system. Students, we are going to describe about the different parts of the male reproductive system. First of all, the testis. You have to write the heading testis. A pair of testis located outside from the body. It is measuring about 4 to 5 centimeter length and 2 to 3 centimeter in width. Now the second point, it is the shape, located outside from the body, and it is primary sex organ. The second point is it is primary sex organs of the body. It located in the pouch-like structure. The pouch-like structure is known as scrotum, and this scrotum is actually help to maintain the body temperature, help to maintain the testis temperature below 2 to 2.5 degrees centigrade below the body temperature. Keep in mind, below the body temperature. It means body का temperature अगर 37.5 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड है तो ये 35 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड मेंटेन करके रखेगा. मतलब बॉडी से ये 2 to 2.5 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड बिलो रखता है. ठीक है, इस वजह से स्क्रोटम काफी important है टेस्टिस के लिए, because there is a very least temperature required for the spermatogenesis in the testis. For the formation of sperm there is very least amount of least temperature required, so the scrotum maintain the temperature, and always testis located outside from the body. This is your homework, why the testis located outside of the body. Now back to the next part, that is vas deferens. When the testis release their sperm, then it will be captured by the epididymis. Later it will be transferred to the vas deferens, and this vas deferens carry the sperm, and later it will be sent to the next part, that is the urinogenital duct. In this way, before adding in the urinogenital duct, there is the 3 different gland: the seminal vesicles, prostate gland, and bulbourethral gland. One by one we will describe about the seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and bulbourethral gland in the heading, the accessory gland of the reproductive system. Now back to the backbone, and there is the next part, the way through which the sperm released out from the body is the urinogenital duct. Why urinogenital duct? Because not only the sperm released out, it also carry the urine, so it is known as urinogenital duct. And the opening of male reproductive system is known as urethral meatus. This is the opening of male reproductive system. The outer skin of male reproductive system, that is known as foreskin. This is the important part of our male reproductive system, or humans male reproductive system. Now the next part, that is the glans penis. The glans penis is the swollen part of penis. It is the swollen part of penis. The glans penis, urethral meatus, and foreskin collectively form the penis. Now this is the overall structure of the male reproductive system, and one by one we will describe about the each headings of the male reproductive system. That is over. Now back to the first heading, a pair of testes. You should have a heading regarding the testes. The shape is oval, length is 4 to 5 centimeter, width is 2 to 3 centimeter, and it is primary sex organs. It is located in the pouch-like structure known as scrotum. Why it is located outside of the body? It was your homework. During the explanation, it has been over. Now back to the next heading, the internal structure of testis or anatomy of testis. Students, now we are going to draw the internal structure of testis. When you make the fine LS of testis, there is very number of different testicular lobules. This is the compartment. It is 200 to 250 number of compartment in which very fine tubes are held, known as seminiferous tubules. This one is the outer protective layer, and it is the tunica albuginea and tunica vaginalis. This is the outer duct of the testis which carry the sperm throughout the external genitalia. Now back to the internal part of this is the seminiferous tubules which held inside the testicular lobules, which open into the rete testis. This is the rete testis, and this one is the vasa efferens, which will held in the epididymis, and this open into the vasa deferens. Now back to the labeling of the internal structure. This one is the testicular lobules. It is 200 to 250 compartment. Now back to the outer layer, scrotum. The function scrotum is over. This one is the tunica vaginalis, the outer protective layer of testis. Now back to the tunica albuginea. This is the second protective layer just after the tunica vaginalis. Now back to the next part. This one is the seminiferous tubules. It is the structural and functional units of testis in which spermatogenesis are held. Rete testis, the opening of seminiferous tubules into the vasa efferentia. This one is the vasa efferentia. Now back to the epididymis. Keep in mind, there is the little correction, vasa efferentia, not a difference. Now back to the vasa deferens. This one is the vasa deferens. Keep in mind. And this is the septum that separates the testicular lobules. Students, now we are going to describe about the internal structure of testis. Keep in mind, and it is very important regarding the anatomy of testis. Now back to when you make the LS of the testis, you have to find there are very little pouch-like structure, very little chamber are found inside the testis. It is about 250 in number. Keep in mind, it is about 250 in numbers, and this compartment is actually known as testicular lobules. Each testicular lobule is separated through a septum. Inside the testicular lobule there is very fine tubes are found, that is known as seminiferous tubules, and this is the seminiferous tubule is the actually unit structure of the testis in which the spermatogenesis is begin. Now back to the where do the seminiferous tubules open? When the spermatogenesis is performed, then the sperms from the seminiferous tubules is released through the rete testis to the vasa efferentia. So what are the rete testis? Rete testis actually opening of seminiferous tubules and lead sperm to the vasa efferentia. Into the vasa efferentia region, sometime the sperm remain stay, and later it will be transferred to the vasa deferens with the help of epididymis. So this is the overall structure of the testis, the internal structure of the testis. And testis externally consist of pouch-like structure, scrotum. All about the function of scrotum is over. The two different layer of the testis. Apart from scrotum, there are two another layer of testis are found, the tunica vaginalis and tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea. That is overall structure of testis. Now back to the next heading regarding the seminiferous tubules. It is very important, and TS of seminiferous tubules is in your syllabus, and it is very important. It will be discussed in next topic.